What's up guys, it's this one here, and today we'll be doing a look into, obviously our first video on Destiny Rising, and we're looking into one of the characters you can get by chance, which is Tan-2, or Tan-2, and show you what you can do and how good he is. So let's get into the video. So to get obviously Tan-2 or Tan-2, you will need to draw him through the draw system in this game. Obviously, it's a chance you can get him, as in the permanent slot, there's only 3 mythic characters you can get: Ninfei, Jolder, and Tan-2 or Tan-2, whatever you want to call them. So yeah, you can get this for free, but obviously it's a chance. So if you're gonna do it without spending money, as obviously this free-to-play game, you can get like the Bon Voyage charms from just playing the game just naturally. So you can do it, and obviously at the beginning of the game there is a special draw. You can do 8 and you get basically 2 additional spins. So it's best just to do that and just do it for a better chance of getting these. So yeah, that's how you get him. And yes, it's obviously it's gacha, so it's always gonna be a chance. But let's go more deep dive into his kit and everything. So with Tan-2, he is basically the equivalent of Warlock in Destiny 2. If you don't know what Warlock is, obviously with Warlocks and their supers, you put down their Well of Radiance, and it heals you, whilst also giving you radiance as well whilst you're in it for a set period of time. And it's pretty much used in everything, every raid, all that sort of stuff, as it is just the go-to thing for Warlocks to use. And if you're new to this, or you're playing Destiny for a while, you know if you're a Warlock you have to be on it because you've got no choice, basically. So with Tan-2, he basically is that, but he isn't. So let's go more in depth for it. So he has got, obviously each character in this game has 2 abilities, and then they're super, and they obviously have passives which you can unlock naturally over time by unlocking more power from them, and you get the relic traits from them. So you get this roughly over 17,000 roughly. The next one 26,000, and the other one looks at acclaim level 2. So what his abilities do? So for starters, let's look over his first one. His signature number 2 is Twilight Shift. What Twilight Shift does is basically you switch between 2 modes you have. So with Tan-2, he has 2 modes. Those 2 modes, they are Dusk Star mode and Dawn Star mode. Now Dusk Star mode is basically more attackive sort of build. So with his signature ability in Dusk Star mode, he will shoot a fireball towards that deals damage to combatants and inflicts Sunset Scorch and Corrupt. What they do is Sunset Scorch inflicts combatants, takes 90 solar damage per second, that's non-stackable, and Corrupt prevents combatants from recovering health and increases their damage taken. So basically it's a weakening sort of esque to that. Now when you switch into Dawn Star mode, you get the following: Sunrise shoots a healing orb forward to consistently heal allies. This is basically the healing aid in Destiny 2, and which is very good, and it just heals you. So yeah, so when you in the different modes, you can swap between Dusk Star and Dawn Star, and it will have different effects. Now this also does apply to your super. So your 2 supers esque. So you got Blessing the Dusk, which is it leaps into air and plunges the Perlian Wind into the ground, forming a blessing area. Blessing the Dusk provides allies damage bonus. Whereas the other one, Blessing of Dawn, it basically does healing at a higher rate. So basically, if you're in Dust mode, you basically do it, essentially a better empowering rift, and then the Dawnstar mode, you're basically doing a better healing rift. It's essentially what it is, basically, with this whole Duststar and Dawnstar sort of swapping around modes. Now, with obviously this, it does come with different traits with it. So let's go more into those. So its first one, its passive, is Flare. While in Dawnstar or Duststar mode, Tan-2 can accumulate 2 different kinds of Flare by dealing weapon damage. Scout rifles and sniper rifle shots grant 3 and 15 flares respectively. This effective has a 0.1 set cooldown. Once flare reaches 100, the next sunset or sunrise will be enhanced. Casting enhanced version will grant the first flare effects for 6 seconds. First effect is Tan-2 recovers 30 health per second, and 2 enemies of his current flare and he also gains 20% acceleration, repeatedly gaining this effect extends its duration for a maximum of 10 seconds. So that's what its passive is. Now, the 3 that you can unlock his relic traits are the following: Miraculous Flame, Scout Rifles, and Sniper Rifle precision hits extend Sunset Scorch, duration for 2 seconds and 5 seconds respectively. Sunset Scorch, Sunset Scorch effect components takes 90 solar damage per second, non-stackable. That's what you get from Sunset. So basically, it will extend the Sunset damage over time. You get from that. Now, for its relic trait 2, which we can't sort of get yet, but as we get more and more into the game, you'll be able to get it. But we'll still go over what it can do. So, while Tan-2's Well of Blessing is present, activating the super again will switch it from Blessing of Dawn to Blessing of Dusk, and vice versa. Cooldown between switches is 3 seconds. So basically, it'll just switch in between when activating, so you don't have to constantly do it for yourself. Basically, what it is. And then it's really trait 3. Scout rifles and sniper rifles precision hits provide additional 2 to 10 seconds of flare energy, respectively. Now is more in-depth one, which does obviously same again, requires more power to further grow, but does require different materials this time. So, and that is weapon mastery, which goes all the way to level 5. So let's go with that. So level 1, while in the first off state, weapons deal an additional hit of solo damage equal to 20% of the weapon damage of the phosphor. Obviously that's the same thing as before. When we get a stack of 100, it'll just do that. So that's that. Level 2, the additional solo damage phosphor deals is increased to 28 seconds. Level 3 to 38 seconds. Level 4, while in Burst 4 is active, precision hits with sniper rifles and scout rifles extend the duration of phosphorus by 3 to 2 seconds respectively. And then level 5, it just makes you do 50% more damage. Basically, this will basically make phosphorus do more damage over time, and you extend duration with snipers and scout rifles. Now, the difference with obviously this game in particular is the fact with Destiny Rising, with weapons, you have set weapons on each classes. So not like in Destiny 2, you can use any weapon. You're set to 2 weapons. Obviously, you know this while playing the game. So yeah. So the weapons that obviously Tan-2 uses is a scout rifle and sniper rifle. Basically, you're more of like just like standing far back sort of thing, and you're the support. You basically are the support of this build. And when you go into fire teams, so you're not there to do damage. You're more or less just to heal your teammates and do a bit of damage where you can. So yeah, so obviously you can get all this. You get all these scout rifles you can see on the screen. You can get the Polaris Launch. It's quite funny that's in this game because you know how good it is. And it does the same thing pretty much of the landing 4% hits and delayed thrust around. And there's other weapons that's in this game, but obviously we haven't locked them yet, so we can't really go into detail to them and what they do. But realistically, what you can get is scouts and sniper rifles. That's the main thing with these, with Tan-2. Now, with the other thing in obviously Destiny Rising is when you get or pull more of the same character, you can obviously increase their talent trees, and that gives you more special effects for this build. It gives you more, makes it better basically overall. So if you want to get everything for Tan-2, you would need to pull in 6 additional times, which is a lot, and especially is it by chance. Yeah, this is why you don't want to spend money in this game, because you can virtually get this all free to play, so do not spend money, just grind it out. It's long and tedious, but yeah. But this is what it does with Tan-2's talent tree. So the first one is Condensed Glow, grants 50% damage distance while Dawn Star is active, and Dust Star, it's vice versa, damage shot while in the Dust Star mode is increased by 10%. So you do more damage in Dust Star, in Dawn Star you get more damage resistance. Phoenix, after casting Enhanced Sunset, the next shot to hit will generate explosion, dealing 752 soul damage to cancel in a 5 meter radius. Sorry. Achievements, while in Dust Star or Dawn Star mode, a sunset or sunrise recharge 50% faster, so just miss it, recharge faster. Afterglow, increases the damage of the sunset and sunset scorches by 25% and 100% respectively. Synchronize personas, reduce the recharge time of Twilight Shift to 1 second. Focus Mind, when the corresponding mode's flare energy is full, sunset or sunrise will also be immediately and fully recharged. So yeah, that's that. So how does Tan-2 play in game? Well, eventually, as it says on paper, he is basically a support. He plays like a support who can do a bit of damage, but is there to really heal you and be that sort of type of guy. And he's very good on that, and he is, in theory, the only healer in the game currently. So yeah, he is like the best healer in the game because he's the only healer in the game. As for group healing, there is classes that can heal themselves and do obviously other weird stuff like that, but Tan-2 is very good, and he does have a good weapon selection with his scout rifles and sniper rifles being a bit more, you can sit back, you don't have to get more involved with the fights, so he is good with that. And he's, after playing for a bit, he is very good and worthwhile getting, well, trying to get if you're looking out for him with your pulls. So yeah, that is Tan-2 in Destiny Rising, and obviously the first Destiny Rising video. So yeah, if you enjoyed this and actually want to see do more Destiny Rising stuff, if it's just me doing stuff with clanmates, or even more looking over sort of characters whenever they come out, if I do pull them, that's the word, if, let me know and I will do some videos on them if I do get them. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.